Crucible Moments, adapted from an interview between Daniel Goleman and Warren Bennis. The experts had a discussion on a concept that they called crucible moments. A crucible is a canister that you melt metal in. And therefore, the moment that people experience, referred to as a crucible moment, is also a moment that they see as a melting point, a moment where everything feels like it's melting down to its basics. Warren Bennis mentioned a situation where his father was fired, and he had to experience how his father, that he felt could deal with everything, felt so helpless and seemed so hopeless, and how he dealt with that in his life. That was one of his crucible moments. The theory says that everyone goes through such a moment in their lives at some point. And everyone from such a crucible moment has to take the decision to either gain insight or not to gain insight. When people do not gain insight from a crucible moment, it drives them to the point where the only thing that they experience from the crucible moment is destruction and a waste of pain experienced. Because the crucible moment then has no real function. These people then tend to end up in a situation where they have no feeling of power, they have a feeling of hopelessness, and they do not know how to continue forward. The better option is therefore insight. And the experts were not clear on what this insight would bring except for success. So I would like to break that down a little bit more. I believe that a person that gets insight has two options again. The first option is to go for prevention success. Just as Warren Bennis explained, where he was driving towards never experiencing what his father experienced, and thereby lost a lot of precious time with family members. He was preventing what happened before and therefore gained success. The better and the more productive way is to have a growth and enjoy success, where the aim is not only at preventing, but the aim is actually to grow from that, but grow towards having more joy in your life. Let's have a look at that in more detail. When we look at the prevention success, it is driven by the fear of the repeat of what has happened already. And that fear of the repeat drives the behavior of the individual and causes a very unbalanced life. When we look at growth and joy success, we see that that is driven by learning from the past. And this drives the behavior and causes a more balanced and joyful life. If I can use Warren Bennis as an example again, he mentioned that his children said in his younger years he wasn't a very good father because he was driven by the fear of the repeat. It was only in his older years that he learned to embrace that and move forward, and he made time for those ones that he loved most. So how do we go about getting this growth or joy success? I think first we must understand what is the cause of the fear drive. That crucible moment that we spoke about. What is it that drives that towards fear? I believe it's got to do with that heart that is fearful of the repeat and is driven by the debt that one experienced from the past. And this debt is actually exactly the thing that keeps people bound to the past instead of giving them freedom to move forward. This is exactly the challenge a lot of very successful people sit with. They are successful, they have succeeded, but still there's a fear that drives them. They have not reached the point of growth and joy success. Now, how is this achievable? It is achievable by gaining more insight into the emotionally debt-free situation that you want to work towards. This is why I wrote the book Emotionally Debt-Free, to assist people with this. But other than the book, you could actually start by asking yourself, how can I be free from the things that happened in the past? And how can I learn from them and not have fear of them repeating as I go forward? If you would like more information, feel free to contact us on our landline or have a look at our website at www.capacitytrust.com. At Capacity Trust, we serve our clients in three basic ways. It is Select, which is the leg where we do a lot of assessments in, where we make sure that you get the right person for the right position. Then we have the leg called Grow, in which we do a lot of training and development in soft skills, leadership skills, emotional intelligence, and then also do team builds. Sustain is the leg where we do a lot of coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and also team coaching to get towards more success and more effectivity in the future. If you would like to have more information on any of these services, feel free to contact us on our landline or have a look at our Facebook pages with a lot of extra information on, and also read our blog on our website. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon.